mi wa opening da do with da llave. Let's make a new English-based Creole language in 1 minute. A typical English-based Creole starts out as a simplified version of English spoken by people who don't know English. The original language of that community is often called a substratum. In this case, I'm going to use Spanish since I know that language. If Spanish speakers simplified English, they'd start with a lot of phonological reduction. So basically approximating English pronunciation the best you can with Spanish sounds. So I threw the ball becomes I threw la bol. Also, the vocabulary of Creoles is often dramatically reduced, at least at first. So for instance, to say TV series, instead of borrowing the word series as series, they might say etori from English story because it's a more common word. So TV series could be TV etori. But also the grammar would be influenced by Spanish, and in Spanish, the modifiers usually come after the nouns. And there are Creole languages that'll take the substrate's adjective order over the superstrate. So let's change TV etori to etori a TV. And in this case, a is from English of, but it maps on grammatically to Spanish de. So another example could be like the dog's bone could be da bonado. Even though Spanish has pretty complicated verbs, a lot of that would probably get lost as they adapted English verbs. But maybe the Creole would latch on to English verb phrases that use common words to represent tense. So instead of saying you saw the dog as you saw dado, you could say you was seen dado, where was seen is from were or was seeing. The direct translation is slightly different, but this is the kind of thing that happens in Creoles a lot. ing in English has a progressive meaning, but if we're assuming that that progressive meaning got lost, then that n suffix derived from the ing in our Creole can be used a lot. For instance, dado y bakin lao would come from English the dog is barking loud, but it would just mean the dog barks loud. You can also imagine certain infrequent words getting replaced by Spanish words too. So for instance, instead of ki, it could be llave. Also, Creoles often default to object forms of pronouns, so instead of saying I to say I, you might say me. So to say I opened the door with the key, you might say